يلا حمد حياك. Okay, we're doing losers quarters, Nightmare versus Gyro. We're starting off on FD right here. I believe via seeding, Nightmare is poised to take this if I'm not mistaken. This Gyro honestly has been on a great run throughout this tournament. Managed to take down some big names at this tournament, يعني. So good stuff to him, honestly. Take down Crimson Moon, took down Dawn. Now right now in losers quarters, he's up against Nightmare and he's down a whole stock. Hamid, how are you feeling about the set?
Hello, hello. So,
Shabab, Shabab, can you turn up Hamid شوي on the mixer? Yeah.
so to be quite honest, I'm not very familiar with
قرب المايك شوي من
other-
عندك. يعني keep
Okay.
it close to you. Yeah.
Okay. Is this good?
More, just a bit more.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. That's better.
Perfect. So I'm not very familiar with both players, to be completely honest. However, I have experience, oddly enough, with both characters. And this matchup seems very interesting. Both are very much so in-your-face characters. So it really just depends on how both of them can take advantage first and push it to the limit.
I would agree. Both of these characters play like quite aggressively in terms of how their neutral plays out. I would say
Absolutely.
between these two players, in terms of who plays a better neutral, I'd give maybe a slight advantage to Nightmare. Nightmare is quite new to our local tournament scene. I say quite new, but he's been competing in tournaments for less than a year.
Yeah.
In spite of that, I've been seeing this player improve honestly at an astounding rate, right?
Mashallah.
Nightmare's one issue is that in certain games, it feels like he stops thinking and goes back into autopilot mode, right? Which you really can't afford when you play a character like Falcon. You need to really be aware of your opponent's habits, your opponent's defensive options, how they play in disadvantage. And Gyro, in all honesty, his advantage state in this tournament has been absolutely insane. Like, it feels like off of any neutral interaction, he's been able to get follow-ups every single time, and he
Oh my goodness.
he finds these follow-ups and like cheeky kill confirmed where my god, that's over.
Yep.
Yeah,
I see exactly what you mean, Abdurrahman.
he's really a character specialist, right? But on the other hand, the one disadvantage I would say Gyro has is that he plays disadvantage really, really poorly. And we saw his demise in winner's bracket was that earlier. We see يعني, a lot of reliance on the down B. We see a lot of reliance also on the forward special and disadvantage. But we see right now he's up a game against Nightmare. Nightmare, unfortunately, he got cheese using the up B there. And you have to be aware.
Happens, yeah.
You have to be aware against Brawler.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I mean, neither characters really have that many disjointed hitboxes, so having a not very good disadvantage kind of shows itself a bit more. Really nice follow-up.
Yeah, Nightmare is starting to get a little bit familiar with GyroZepp's moves right here. Right, Brawler is one of these characters where you don't face often, so you need to be careful like with how his specials interact, right? Like he wasn't aware of the delay that you could put on the down B. Now that he's aware of it, he was able to punish accordingly.
Absolutely. And it's very interesting to see GyroZepp try to recover from disadvantage using the same special move over and over again. Quite aggressive, not really a common option against Falcon, who can really hit you hard. But it's working out for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Salim, it feels like he hasn't been able to punish it really well, but we see right here that this is an opportunity for a reversal. We see GyroZepp just SD, unfortunately. There was no attempt at recovery there. I believe he burned his double jump already.
It happens.
It happens sometimes, So 3 stocks to 2 right now. Nightmare has the advantage in terms of stock count. We see a back throw right here.
Nightmare's doing an excellent job catching these shields. And yeah, again, GyroZepp with getting out of disadvantage aggressively. It seems to be working out for him. Really nice positioning by Nightmare with the up the auto shield.
We see Gyro has been able to put a good amount of shield pressure on Nightmare in all honesty. Despite the fact that Nightmare did not eat a lot of hits in the stock advantage. His shield got quite small, so Salim is starting to be aware of that. He tried to call that out earlier with the up smash, but he got hit by the command grab regardless. Back throw right there, we're going to see an opportunity. Yeah, Salim right here, he goes a lot for these like really risky edge guards, and in general, usually I would like that, but in a situation like this where Gyro has shown a habit of recovering high, perhaps just like taking a back seat and holding down the center platform would probably be a better option for you.
Exactly. But what I can see is that Nightmare is getting really getting away with losing positioning sometimes by overshooting and trying to chase him off stage. We saw just now he did a Falcon kick to get back, and he's really commanding the corner very well. But we see GyroZepp with a response, recovering aggressively once again.
Yeah, and look at that. These whiff punishes from Nightmare have been absolutely stellar. He just waits for Gyro to commit to an option and then punishes accordingly. And see, perfect edge guard right there. Just waits for him to commit to the axe kick and then down tilts accordingly.
Incredible response from Nightmare in this game. I think that GyroZepp definitely needs to reconsider some of his aggressive options and disadvantage if he's willing to avoid some of these free hits that Nightmare has been getting. So we'll definitely see how that plays out in the next game. I'm unfamiliar with Nightmare's game, to be honest with you.
Nightmare, you know, if you asked me a couple of months ago what's his game plan, I would say he's Majlis Smash. He's like a classic Majlis Smash. And what I mean by that, he plays like a very aggressive autopilot and nothing beyond that. But honestly, he's really impressed me with his development over the last couple of months. It feels like every time I watch him in tournaments, he's just been like developing his gameplay better and better over time. He's become a lot more aware of what his weaknesses are. I would say maybe the one thing that he needs to work on a little bit is his ability to like adapt mid-game. Like it feels like a lot of time he's able to catch on to his opponent's habits, but not his own habits, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. It seems like GyroZepp is definitely not out of the woods here. He's being a little bit smarter here. You see he didn't fully commit to that move. Nightmare not commanding the corner as well as he did previous games.
You see right here, he's holding down the ledge right now. Nightmare managed to get back in a perfect
as I
punish.
say that, commentator's curse.
Perfect punish on that.
Incredible,
aggressive recovery right there, if I could say so. And right there, the axe kick right there, he couldn't find the follow-up after that. Tarwilat gets punished. Nice.
Really nice. GyroZepp can't really afford to commit to some of these moves right now in this position, so I would have expected a little bit less aggressive gameplay. Yeah, that's not safe on shield, man. That's not safe on shield.
Nightmare has been able to make a huge amount. He's been able to build up a huge lead in light of that stock lead. He loses that. However, Gyro sitting at 85%. And Nightmare, maybe with 1 or 2 good reads, he could honestly take the stock from him.
Exactly. He's basically in kill percent for Falcon. Ooh, a little bit overextended right there. Smart. Trying to just get away from the corner as much as possible. But Nightmare with a response. Clean back here.
Yeah, and Gyro needs to get some of these, you know, cheese if he wants to keep the set close and competitive. When your opponent is, you know, up a whole healthy stock, it gets quite difficult. He's been able to build up the damage slowly but surely. Right now, 55%. And he continues with the sharking as well. The chase, the damage is racking up on Nightmare. Hasn't been able to find much of a response. He finds it right there with the command grab. However, he eats the axe kick in response.
It seems as though GyroZepp is falling a lot into Captain Falcon's burst range, but can he really afford to? His character's range does not give him that many options, so he has to think of just commanding the space a bit more, which we see Nightmare doing a really good job holding. GyroZepp still stuck in disadvantage almost the entire stock, but nice, calling out the jump with the up smash.
Gyro has been able to keep this set competitive for now. The difference in percent right now is starting to close slowly but surely.
That's like the 3rd time he fell for that. Yeah, it's just Captain Falcon's burst range. I'm pretty sure that was buffed.
Nightmare, Nightmare relies on this nice call out using the up smash there.
Really nice.
Nightmare is relying on this classic Falcon tech that I believe a lot of the Falcon players are calling it the Tokyo Drift.
The Tokyo Drift.
Where you can increase the range of your up B command grab whenever you use it like close to the stage. So there's a way to make that like hitbox much bigger, and Salim has used it phenomenally throughout his game. And
incredible.
You know, you don't have a lot of great out of shield options, but up B out of shield is honestly huge for you, right?
Up B out of shield and jumping in this game is also incredible. An incredible option that both have been using, but both have been punishing each other with up smash for.
Absolutely.
Um,
Yeah,
Nightmare
Right
being called out for that air dodge in. Both seem to be holding in on each other very, very much throughout this entire set. And yeah, we see that right now with GyroZepp's recovery.
And you see
Nice
right now,
call out
Nightmare
on
is
the jump.
starting to play this a little bit more passively. He waits
Yep.
for Gyro to commit to an option and then
Yep.
punish him accordingly. Almost found the punish on the axe kick there.
Ooh.
The dash back from Gyro was really good, but he wasn't fast enough to call out any option
Right.
from Nightmare.
Ooh, nice
See
spot
here?
dodge.
There's
Yeah.
going to be a punish on that up B. Gyro wasn't able to follow up after that, unfortunately.
It seems like Gyro is starting to figure out the fact that up B is really a threat, but as I say that, he got called out for the jump. He was possibly trying to jump away. But that spot dodge was a really good idea. Nice roll read. Oh, a little bit too committal there from Nightmare. But Gyro's response seems to be trying to keep him at the corner.
Wow.
But the Falcon kick,
Falcon kick on ledge is crazy.
very, very much so. This is actually the second time that he does that.
Okay, let's see.
Up here, up here.
Nice.
Ah.
He continues the pressure off stage right here. Air dodge wasn't it, unfortunately. Punishes the axe kick using a back air. And the
Ooh.
up smash calls him out of shield using the anti-air there. Good step from Gyro.
Really great stuff.
Keeps the set competitive, 2 stock to 2. However, he is sitting at 76% right now. We're going to see if there's any response from Salim right here. Nice. The up B hits him once again.
Once again, yeah. Ah, nice call out by Nightmare. That was an excellent read.
I don't think Gyro was ready for that huge hitbox.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And now you see him extending his lead even further. Let's see how GyroZepp adapts to that.
Nice
command
suplex.
grab.
I'll see right here. Nightmare honestly was doing a good job of holding down center stage, but it's just his options in neutral weren't exactly it.
Yeah.
He tried to punish the somersault there. Nice call out using the raptor boost, however gets punished. The rapid jabs.
Isn't the last hit bigger? Okay, yeah, I think he knew that.
Gyro tried to find the cheeky punish there.
Ooh.
However, he
It seems
didn't
like
manage to
Nightmare
find
had
it.
that read.
Yeah, absolutely he did. Yeah, Nightmare is just jumping around, playing a little bit more aggressive, and that's opened himself
Yeah.
up to getting punished by Gyro. Honestly,
Exactly, that's what we see. That's what we see. Gyro's calling him out with just, I'm going to let you come to me and I'm just going to hit you every time you do.
Absolutely, every time you approach me. And there's no, realistically, there's no reason that Nightmare needs to be so aggressive on these punishes right here.
Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, again with the command grab. Really smart jump by GyroZepp right there. Getting away from the burst range right there. Again with the up B. Nightmare holding the corner but loses it, but gains it right back.
See right here. Gyro recovers it, yeah.
Excellent call out.
And that's going to be 3-1 GG's
3-1
to
for Nightmare. GG's.
Nightmare.
Good
Nightmare